Pre-dawn. Last night, I was lying in bed going over a conversation I had with a friend earlier that evening. My friend was concerned about a wonderful person in her life who was dealing with a lot of physical and emotional issues due to unhealthy habits. She wanted him to change his habits for his own good. I sat there, nodding, all knowingly, and repeated the natural law that was at play here. If an activity or behavior has more perceived benefits than costs to a person, the person will do it. It's only when the cost of the behavior outweighs the perceived benefits will the person change the behavior. Logically, her friend must be receiving some type of benefit from the current behavior because he keeps doing it. If a person wanted to change the behavior, it's up to that person to change. Now, we have to accept the fact that the only person we have control over is ourselves and no one else. We can't force people to change, even for their own good. It's up to that person. It falls under the umbrella of freedom of choice and free will. Because of free will, we make daily choices, healthy and unhealthy ones, conscious and unconscious ones. Along with freedom of choice comes the consequences of those choices, healthy and unhealthy consequences, known and unknown consequences. To add to this predicament, there's a high cost to life-affirming choices, a cost most of us are unwilling to pay. As these conversations were replaying in my mind, my stomach started to churn. All this talk about unhealthy habits made me think of my own unhealthy habits. I think of my friend. She's around 5'6", all of 118 pounds on her heaviest day. She eats when she's hungry and stops when she's no longer hungry. I, on the other hand, I'm 5'4" and overweight. I eat when I'm hungry, and also when I'm frustrated, when I'm lonely, when I'm angry, when I'm bored. And with my current employer, I find myself bored a lot of these days. My fit friend is very self-assured and confident. She has no knowledge, and no need to know, how extra weight can hide a mountain of insecurities. She only sees food as fuel, and not as a source of comfort that knits a huge blanket under which the insecurities can be hidden. Maybe, if I explain this to her, she'll understand her friend better, and how things like food, alcohol, and drugs are used to create a well-insulated hiding place for insecurities. Maybe, if I can explain this to myself, I'd understand myself better, and maybe uncover the insecurities that are hidden under my own blanket. Last night I prayed for guidance as to how to logically, emotionally, and mentally approach this subject. Am I ready to give up my extra heavy blanket that I've been hiding under? Am I ready to be seen?